everyone, welcome back to Lockdown English Lessons. This is lesson 4 and I hope you're all well. I hope you're all healthy and feeling good as we come up to almost week 7 of this lockdown. Today I want to talk to you about much and many. So the first thing we have to say about that is it's not just a choice between much or many. There's also a third choice, which is a lot of. An alternative is lots of. So it's much, many, a lot of. But to begin with, let's just take a look at much and many. So much or many, that's the question. And I like this one because I get to give my favorite teacher's answer. It depends. But what does it depend on, Stephen? Well, I can tell you it depends on what you want to talk about. Much or many what? And I guess hiding behind that question, much or many, is another topic, which is countable or uncountable nouns. So maybe that's a good place to start. Let's take a look at those first. Okay, so just to give you a recap and make sure that we're all absolutely on the same page with this. What is a noun exactly? A noun is a naming word. It describes something. It describes a person, it describes a place, it describes an object, country. An apple is a noun. A cat is a noun. A dog is a noun. A table is a noun. I could go on. So all of those nouns that I just gave you, these were all countable nouns. And if you look again at the nouns, you can see we can put an article in front of them. We can put an a or an in front of them. A cat, an apple. We can also make them into a plural. So you can have one cat, 2 cats. You put an S at the end of the word. You have to be careful though, because the plural isn't always an S. Sometimes it's an ES or IES. And there are some words that have an irregular plural. For example, child and children. Now you can't do that with uncountable nouns. Let's take a look at some examples. Diesel, water, electricity, music, money, time, coffee. Okay, you can't put an a or an in front of those, and you can't make a plural from them. You can't say 2 electricities, 2 diesels. Not possible. Okay, now I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, Stephen, I can say I had 2 coffees today. I can, can't I? Yes, you can. But that's actually a little bit of a cheat, and we do this with many things. We do this with coffee, we do this with wine, we do this with beer, we do this with sugar. Actually, things we eat or drink. And what we actually mean is, I had 2 cups of coffee. And cups, yeah, we can put an S on it, so it's countable. I had 2 beers last night. No, you didn't. You had 2 glasses of beer, or you had 2 bottles of beer. So now that we know that, which one is which, now we just need to know which one we use for much and which one we use for many. Okay, so for countable nouns, you need to say many. Many cats, many tables, and so on. And for uncountable nouns, you have to say much. Much information, much news, much time. But what about a lot of or lots of? When do I use that? Well, I have excellent news. You can use it for both. Okay, easy, right? Actually, it's a little bit more complicated. It's not actually very often that we use much with countable nouns in a positive way. So it's not very often we say, I have much time. I have much money. I have much diesel in the car. We don't really say that. We tend to use that when there isn't enough. When it's a negative sentence, I don't have much diesel, I don't have much time. So when we want to say something positive, I do have much time, I do have much diesel, we say I have a lot of. And that's where this one comes in, or I have lots of. You see, it's really quite easy. So now you know when you can use much, when you can use many, and when you can use a lot of or lots of. Okay, so like every week, I'm going to give you a little task. I'm going to put some words up on the screen now. Some will be countable, some will be uncountable. It's your job to decide which ones are which. And then I'd like you to make some sentences with them. And at the end, I will also make some sentences and we can compare. See if your sentences are anything like mine. Okay, that's it for this week. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks very much for subscribing. I really appreciate the feedback you've given me too. Thanks very much. I hope to see you next week. And in the meantime, stay home, stay safe, and stay healthy.